Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Albanese's early moves dispel doubts on his China policy. May 26, 2022, 3:27 p.m. Save login, register or subscribe to save articles for later. Share normal text size, larger text size, very large text size. 8. View all comments. The coalition tried to claim during the election campaign that Chinese President Xi Jinping was barracking for a Labour win. But the past few days have shown how misguided that line of attack was. The talk of a Manchurian candidate was always nonsense. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's patriotism was never in doubt. And judging by the first few days of his government, Albanese and Foreign Affairs Minister Penny Wong can more than match the coalition when it comes to diplomatic competence and resolve. Often newly elected prime ministers, who have cut their teeth on domestic portfolios, take time to take an interest in foreign affairs. But Albanese made clear the priority he gives to international relations by flying to Tokyo less than a day after he was sworn in to take part in the crucial Quad meeting with US President Joe Biden, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and India's Narendra Modi. The Quad has emerged as a crucial diplomatic counterbalance to China's influence in the region. By attending the meeting, Albanese has sent a signal that he will not retreat from the coalition's policy of standing up to the challenge of China's aggressive policies and its economic intimidation. It was a gesture Biden appreciated, judging by his joke that Albanese would be excused for falling asleep. Albanese has also made the right choice by taking his time in responding to the message of congratulations sent to him by Chinese Premier Li Keqiang. The message is a potential olive branch which breaks a 2-year freeze in high-level contacts imposed by China, but Albanese cannot simply ignore the damage caused to Australia by China's policies, especially the trade sanctions it has imposed on $20 billion of Australian imports. These are encouraging signs, but the ALP will have to deliver more than symbolism. It must urgently respond to the news that Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has started a 10-day trip to the South Pacific and wants to sign up more countries to security deals like those with Solomon Islands. The fact that China is sending such a heavy hitter to these remote microstates suggests it is motivated by geopolitics as much as promotion of economic development. Wang has already flown to Fiji, the first in a series of visits to the region, to make the case that Australia should be the Pacific's preferred security and development partner, based on its long track record, shared values and support for democracy. Her job will be made easier because the ALP has committed to strong action on climate change rather than the coalition's policy of active sabotage at global climate talks, which was a standing insult to the low-lying, storm-exposed Pacific Island countries. But Australia must back up its words with actions and money. If Australia is to maintain its place in the Pacific and the region, the ALP must find a way to increase the foreign aid budget. The coalition in its 8 years slashed spending from about 0.5% of gross domestic product to 0.2%, although it did quarantine the Pacific from most of the cuts. The ALP has promised to reverse those cuts over time, but Treasurer Jim Chalmers has already warned that he has little scope for extra spending in the budget he plans to hand down in October. It is always hard to sell foreign aid to a public which is focused on its own cost of living pressures, but this is a bill that Australia must pay. Bevan Shields sends an exclusive newsletter to subscribers each week. Sign up to receive his note from the editor. Thank you for reading the Herald. This article is complimentary. Register or log in now to read more articles and unlock extra benefits. No payment required. Read more. Continue with Google, continue with Apple, or email address continue by continuing. You agree to your personal information being collected under our privacy policy and accept our terms of use. Hide content.